What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 97 of my Total Warhammer 3 Vlad and Isabella Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, Archaon decided to move down to Carrick-Doom and try to take it from our allied Kislevites, but unfortunately Richard Lichmore and his randomly summoned army stopped him. We still do have to give chase, and Archaon is clearly recovering his army by virtue of the way that the Chaos factions can get their troops similar kind of to the way that we can. So we will still probably have to fight him again, most likely. I'm gonna probably try, actually that's the thing. I was wondering, would we want to try an ambush here? Would he try to go after Carrick-Doom with his army in its current state? I'm not sure that he would. Well, either way, we'll figure that out in a second. In addition to that, we finally got to play around with Josh's army, and his cavalry force charged into a pile of Skulltakers, savage orcs, destroying them all with great gusto. I'd love to get some more playtime for this particular army, this disciplined army, as this is the one where we have 5 Lord and Heroes, all which have discipline, and look at that melee attack on our Blood Knight, 62. And you don't have the tier 7 for them yet either, do you? So we will still get the weapon strength charge bonus, and more importantly, 8% ward save on those Blood Knights. And Black Knights as well. Yeah, some very nice and strong buffs coming in. I love it. Well, we'll see about all that shortly as well. Well, maybe not shortly, as it'll take you a while to level up, but let's begin dealing with whatever else we have to deal with here. So, Rudy, we were going to have you attack Slaver's Point, and I don't think anything's changed about that. Once again, the only problem there is that our Avalorn allies are going to start taking over territories here. The bad thing about that is the fact that they will then be ignoring Kotep in favor of taking Nagaron stuff, and we can take Nagaron stuff ourselves. Plus, I want to give most of it to Nagaroth. Avalorn already has plenty, and I'd really prefer them to be fighting down here instead, which is where the annoyance is coming from. But I also don't really want to wait another turn just for that. I mean, I suppose we could land like here and then start raiding or something, but it feels like Slaver's Point is a pretty good way to go. On the other hand, it is... well, this province is basically ruined already because Valkia is there, so we're better off attacking the monoliths in the Shrine of Ladriel and giving that to Nagaroth at least. But I still don't see why we wouldn't go for Slaver's Point first and then to the monoliths. Yeah, you know what, screw it. Let's let Avalorn do their thing. We are going to attack you. Now, you are currently allied with, well, the Exiles of Nehek, who we are currently fighting. The only question is... let me see here. Let me just think for a second. Would anybody... we'd want Nagaron to be attacked by other factions. Oh, between the episodes also I paid like most of our money to the Ghost of Pahwaks to force them to declare war on a bunch of factions, or to join our war against a bunch of factions, which made them weaker. But if we were to attack Nagaron, we'd become weaker as well, because they're, what, strength rank? They're strength rank 8, which is pretty okay. But nonetheless, that strength rank would diminish fairly quickly. Yeah, you know what, screw it, we're just gonna attack. We're just gonna attack. Go. And declare war. And call your allies to help. Their allies are already helping them. We've got the same 3. Why is it always you 3 that fail to join? But whatever. We'll auto-resolve Slaver's Point, and then hopefully we can heal up here a little bit. Auto-resolve that. Some damage, but it shouldn't prevent us from healing up nicely, right? Yeah. 1 turn. I do wonder if Valkia's gonna come here or not. It really depends on what kind of army she has as to whether she's gonna be afraid of Rudy's or not. I'd really prefer Vlad to fight her, but that may not be possible right now. And we shall see. Anyway, who's up next? Pete. E.T., you are also going to declare war, I guess, on the Greybeard's Prospectors, and you do have the prospect of a nice battle ahead of you, as El Calabat is defended, and it is a unwalled settlement, and a full stack there. And we can certainly do that. The question then is, do we want to do that, or do we want to attack this and destroy village for good? I mean, we do want to destroy village. Why are you even here? Why did you move right beside Rod? You're gonna die. Kind of pointless, but hey, you know what? Let's start with this. And you're gonna... Why would you move us beside us just if you're gonna run away? Oh, maybe if we chase after him, we will then no longer have the range to reach the Red Fortress? Maybe that's why. Although I don't think the AI can think that far in advance, can it? No, either way. Assassinate this guy right here. Ooh, or wait. Can you move this turn? Yeah, you know what? Maybe don't assassinate him. We're gonna move through these territories and we're gonna have the assassin follow instead. These little heroes are all gonna disappear shortly anyway. Roddy, time to attack. Do we need to assign points? Skill 41, do you have the next level of mentor? Yes, okay. We do want that, if nothing else. And as for the rest of this stuff, I think you have everything. We can get you a wound, I guess, though we won't be needing it. And that's it for you. You have not yet reached mentor, but you will shortly. You do need Gaze of Nagash. Well, need. Still haven't really used it. I think I've used it once in this entire campaign. Let's get a specialist as well. Or maybe I should have gone for boost income, but whatever. And then I feel like with Roddy we were saving a couple points because I'm still not sure whether we want to go for Master Strike or Doom and Darkness or something else, so I think we'll keep on saving those until I decide. Not like it's going to make much of a difference anyway. Alright, Roddy, time to destroy this army. Apparently this is going to be a close victory, but somehow I have my doubts. I forgot to give the Rampager standard to one of the Blood Knight armies again. Every time. Alright, let's... hopefully I'll remember. Hey, where's the speech, man? Come on, what is this? I always look forward to the pre-battle speeches. Well, anyway, I don't foresee too much of a problem with this battle. In fact, I don't really foresee any kind of problem with this battle. It's sort of equivalent to the fight that we had against a village just before, and the only thing is that they don't have a village with them this time, merely at level 3, and Glugmir Malphasdire. And otherwise, the army is mostly same-ish, but probably weaker just by virtue of the lack of village's presence. Anyway, we're gonna drop down on the enemy sorcerer and kill him as quickly as we can. He, of course, stands no chance whatsoever in this Lord-on-Lord fight. Our other two Terrorgeists are also probably going to help out with this at least a little bit. Taking a little bit of a time to break through the enemy's barrier, but it's gone now, and he ain't going nowhere. 23 speed when affected by Frostbite, and about to be affected by poison as well, so yeah, good luck with that. Otherwise, the rest of our army is just mostly moving in a, well, not so much a blob as it is a line, but honestly it doesn't really matter. Usually I do a little bit more of the crypt ghouls running around and flanking the enemy. I just don't think it's even needed in this particular battle. Looks like another blue fire gonna come out and hit the... not the Mortis Engine. Kind of a waste not to go for the Mortis Engine. I guess you're going for the Necro, which I suppose does make sense, but the Necro can heal itself just fine as well. While watching those Mournghouls work, we definitely gotta get an army with more Mournghoul units. They're just so fun. I do think that they work thematically well with the Crypt Ghouls and Horrors, though. Oh, and look at those Marauders getting absolutely ripped apart down this line. Not tactically the best thing to do to just move in a big front line like this, but it's so fun to just drag the camera along the entire front and see bits of the action. Alrighty, well, the enemy center has already buckled and we're moving forward, harassing them from the sky with our Vargheists, and then reinforcing the flanks as well with the rest of the units. The enemy lord has already fallen to Roderick, but that was, you know, pretty expected. A Chaos Sorcerer Lord at level 3 versus a level 50 Strigoi Bloodline Lord was never going to last very long. And with the center line collapsed, it is only the flanks that remain in action. We've separated our two Mortis Engines to send one to each flank, and of course our Terrorgeists are going to be going after the larger units, like currently they're taking out these Chaos Knights. Oh, and these are Chaos Knights with lances as well, so they don't have as much staying power either. Well, a run from the Terrorgeist, knock a few more down, and feast. We do still have a few trolls and chaos spawn here to kill. Huh, what does this affect? I don't know what that is. What is affecting you right now? Weird spawn, yada yada, poison. I'm genuinely not sure what that effect is. It's like, are they imbued with something? Is this their barrier recovering? Why would their barrier be recovering? How can their barrier be recovering when they are when they're getting damaged? Oh, now it's gone. Okay, I assume it was the barrier then. Weird. Okay. Maybe they were not taking any hits from anything in here and thus it was recovering that way? Alright. Regardless, it's definitely not going to help them. The Mortis engine moves forward, and while there are a giant pile of monstrous infantry here, they're going to get ripped apart. And soon it will only be the unbreakable Chaos Spawn left to fight, especially with the Terrorgeist coming down and adding their anti-large and their terror. Anti-large for the monstrous infantry, terror for the marauders fighting down below. And you probably don't want to get caught up in the middle of a clash of monsters like this. But these guys are gonna go to the Dark Gods screaming. Alrighty, let's see, the balance of power is about 90-95 maybe percent in our favor. Looks like the Marauders are about to break, and thus it will only be those Chaos Spawn. Speaking of the Chaos Spawn, looks like they're already basically dead on this side, with Roderick leading the charge against them, and the Ghouls are bringing them down together. Very nice. Looks like one last bite from Roderick, and then the spawn of Zincha on this side as well. Alright, get him, Morngold. Did you get that kill? No, you did not. Try again. It looks like you got the other one. Alright, fine. Didn't get the one that I thought you'd get, but at least you got one. Huh. Notice the antler-like protrusions coming. Oh, wow, what the... What? I have never seen a Chaos Spawn go flying that far, and that was from a Vargeist that should not have the amount of mass to be able to do that. Huh, interesting. Oh, and the Morngul got another kill. I think that was the one that we were watching before. I'm just focusing on this Morngul trying to get kills. I was distracted. What was I talking about? Right, the antler-like protrusions on the back of these Zinchen Chaos Spawn. They look like they belong on Nurglite Chaos Spawn, because Nurgle has a thing for antlers, which kind of throws me off there. I gotta take another look at the Nurglite spawn. Anyway, decisive victory for us and no problem at all. I'm not sure that whether we got any losses at all here, but if we did, we'll recover without too much problems. Gonna be kind of hard to tell since we were attritioned up before joining the battle, but yeah, with that, I do believe this faction is pretty much broken, and now it just remains a simple matter of taking out their final settlement and ending them for good, and then getting the heck out of here. Alrighty, easy enough, exactly as we expected. I guess we'll heal up while we're here, just in case. It might actually allow us to auto-resolve this, and we shall see. We will, however... Ooh, Fencer's Blades, nice. We will, however, have to go into raiding stances, otherwise we will suffer attrition. Actually, from here... Would we even be able to reach this? Maybe not. I can't quite tell. Damn. We need 25% or 50% to engage in raiding stance. Alright, so let's move you slightly like so. And unless it got bugged, which it did not, you're gonna go into raiding stance, gonna raid our own territory, and then we'll hit Red Fortress right afterwards. Alright. I guess the village's faction will be destroyed next turn, by the looks of it, and then we can move both of you through a sea lane. Now, you, Edmund, what do we have here for you? Ah, this is trash. It's not even worth killing. Just auto-resolve it. I mean, it is worth killing, but it's not worth actually fighting the battle. Auto-resolve this, send... Oh, wow, really? Really? You're gonna take half HP from our army for that garbage. Okay. Okay. Why must you be like this sometimes? Ally mission successful, Druzhina Enclave. I didn't even realize we had one of those. Let's also then, I guess, raid our own territory once again. Actually, we should probably move you. Let's go here. Raid our own territory to heal up, and then we'll hit Shattered Stone Isle next turn. How many territories do these guys have left? They still have Flayed Rock and Scrap Towers, but it ain't much. These guys can't hit Shattered Stone Isle in one go, can they? Maybe they can, maybe they can't, but let's just hope that they don't. This place is bound to generate us a lot of money if we hold on to it. Now, before I forget, where is, let's say, Yos or Josh? Do you have a Rampager standard? No. We're going to take this one away from Roderick, so that I don't forget about it. And I also want to check where are the other Blood Knights. We have one back here, Waldeck here. Do you have a Rampager standard? You do not. There we go. All 3 Blood Knights, every single one of them now has a Rampager standard. Beautiful. It's everything I ever wanted. Now, let's move you down to either Varkamp or Monolith of Catan. Well, let's move like so. We can raid enemy territory now. And I probably should have checked whether you could get more Blood Knights in there. Oh, it doesn't look like it. Can you get more Blood Knights in there? No. Can you get more Blood Knights in there? Yes, you can. The reason that I want to raise more Blood Knights is we're going to be transferring them to Waldeck here. You can lose, I guess, one of the Skeleton Spears or one of the Crypt... Well, you get the Crypt Ghouls for cheap. Alright, lose a Skeleton Spear. We're going to be transferring all this anyway. Alright, that works. Although, I just had another idea. What if we don't send Dirk Barrackmere south? What if we just keep Edmund as the leader of this army? Do we really need Dirk to lead 4 ghouls? Maybe not. Maybe instead he'll lead a bunch of Crypt Horrors. What we could do is then transfer a ton of Crypt Horrors from you two over to Dirk. Yeah, maybe that's the way we do it. Alright, let's get you... Wait, 152. How much do they cost in your army? 152. Okay, they're the same. That doesn't sound right, but whatever. Let's get you 2 more Crypt Horrors for now. And you'll both be transferred. For now, though, you both have to move, so to the Forbidden Citadel goes Dirk. And we will... Now, we could sack it, but we could also trade it to one of our allies for a reasonably high amount. Do we need to fight this? I feel like we don't. Here's one thing that we might want to do, though. Let's see if you can reach this via March Stance. No. It's close, but no. Alright, fine. Just go here. And that's alright. And where's that little army? Is it still alive? Yeah, it's raiding the Tower of Crack. Okay. Alright, Dirk, I don't really care about the ghouls all that much, to be perfectly honest. We could always raise more ghouls. Yeah, one of them has veterancy, but meh. I'll resolve this. And I think we're just... Oh, they both get raised from the dead anyway. Very, very nice. Do we sack this? It really depends on if we're going to bother building anything or not. Well, we're not going to keep... just screwed this sec. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I thought you had enough movement points to actually take it, but you're just a little bit short. Oh, well, it looks like this ghoul might be dead next turn. Yep, predicted number of troops are... The irony is real. Alrighty, what if you then move into March Stance and go back here? There you go. You can heal up. I guess I shouldn't have sacked it after all. Oh well. Oh well, one of you can take... Well, I guess we'll send Otto to take it next turn. Oh, we could actually transfer units right now if we wanted to. The thing is, it might make it more difficult to take it, so I think we take it and then we transfer units. We'll keep Dirk as an army, and then we'll send Otto with the Blood Knights to give them to Waldeck here, and then possibly take back all these Crypt Horrors as well. And just so that Dirk has just a giant pile of Crypt Horrors. Although I guess, on the other hand, we could send Dirk for the exact same reason. Especially if we're going to delete Otto anyway. Now we'll figure it out. Let's see what else we gotta do this turn. Pete, you're gonna attack, but I want to spread out the admin a little bit. Aldous, you are going to head towards the Fortress of the Damned in order to sack it, because you can't reach the Monolith of Catan, and I think Waldeck here will be able to get there. So let's get you right here to the fortress, or at least near the fortress, but don't land. Stay in the water. I wonder if Siggy is coming this way. It would be annoying if he started landing on one of these territories. I guess Vlad is somewhat nearby and could stop him. In theory, we'll see. Renki is good, Josh is good. Ermine, what are you doing right now? Oh, well, if it isn't another stack that decides to move right beside Ermine, that seems like a terrible idea. I guess that's another fight that we'll be having, but not right now, because I said we're spreading out the admin. Wallach, you really need to get your first fight going. I'll keep going north, or wait, do we need another army? Yeah, we probably need another army here. I was thinking maybe we send them south towards these guys, but no. Keep going this way. You should be pretty effective against the Nurgle forces, and yes, Maldwin. You gotta get your debut with your Air Force by going to that Skull Reef. I guess we'll be doing that shortly as well. And Jacob Bachman, you are headed towards the Challenge Stone. I'll suffer a little bit of attrition, but I'm not sure that we care. You know, I'd go into ratings. How far can you go? By rating, let's say right here. Would you be able to reach this? Maybe.
Follow me.
Go there, rate a little bit. Get down tonight? Alright. And we will see. Hopefully. I really hope that he doesn't have to take 2 moves. Then again, do we really care about attrition with here? You know what? Let's not risk it. We don't care about attrition, A, and B, we're just occupying this place. We're not fighting anything there, so there's no need to worry about it. Though Granite, Blizzard Peak, and Ice Spewer, I'll probably want to upgrade your walls at some point, or you're just going to get attacked again. Though I suppose on the other hand, if we push all the way through this, that's going to get increasingly unlikely. Alright, well, let's see. Who else needs to move? Bruno, you're still staying as you are. Although, if these guys have moved out, maybe we can finally send you towards the ogres. Alright. Attrition, that's not a big deal. Oh, damn, wait, Greasus is building up an army now. We may actually need to have an army to fight him. Do you need to raise anything new? Not really. Let's get you into... well, you don't need to channel. And that won't help our attrition. I guess that doesn't change anything, does it? Alright, Greasus is not going to attack us with half an army. Well, let's march stance. I just want this faction gone so we don't have these guys constantly behind us, which is kind of irritating. And if we can get Karakazorn, maybe we can give it to the Knights of Calador in trade for the Shattered Stone Bay. Alright. Richard Lichmore, get your zombies back in one blob. And then let's resummon a zombie. Alright, can't resummon the Graveguard, but that's okay. Wait, actually I just realized we didn't need to resummon a zombie, although... Get yourself in march stance, go here. Keep following Archaon. Or not in march stance, in ambush stance, and then we'll have your Necromancer follow you. We'll see where Archaon goes from here. His army is very weak. He might try to go for Tribe Slaughter, but then maybe we can catch him, or maybe this little army can catch him. And we'll have to figure that out. Alrighty, who's up next? Ignoring the boosters, Lutz, Nikola, everybody else is good, yes? Alright, well, to me that sounds like it's time to get a flight going. Last episode we tried our cavalry army the first time. And this time we're going to be trying you, Flying Army, the first time. Lots of debuts lately. Obviously we will raid the Cove. Let's see what we're facing off against. There is a Rotting Leviathan for our Terrorgeists to go after, and our dragons will probably not be too threatened by anything here, although I suppose the hand cannons might damage them. Let's find out. Wait. Gleaming Pennant on you, I guess? Alrighty, here we go. Wait, you didn't give a speech either? What is going on? Nobody's given speeches today. Okay, a game's speechification function is broken, but whatever. At least we get to see the Air Force in action, speeches or not. Looks like some of the Vargeist do get knocked out of the sky by those carronades, and a few more will fall, but they will be resurrected by our invocations of Nehek. Alrighty, and let's just take a look at these Star Dragons. Too bad that the Star Dragons don't have any barding of any kind. Would be nice if they matched our color scheme, at least in some small manner. Speaking of matching the color scheme, however, we do have the Royal Pegasus Knights available to us, and they kind of also don't match the color scheme because they have their own multicolored one. It looks like the Royal Hippogriff Knights are better in that regard, as they do take your color scheme, whereas these guys don't. But nonetheless, we can see that these guys are flying together with bats, so I guess you know which faction they're with here. Let's see how well they do. Anyway, we're going to be sending the Royal Pegasus Knights and the Bats to combat the Mortars and the Carronades back there, but otherwise it's a simple matter of rushing the enemy lines. We're going to get those Dragon Breath. This is the Zombie Dragon Breath going down on one of the units of the enemy Depth Guard, with a little bit of jealousy, mind you, because I can't wait to get a few more Depth Guard of our own. And then, of course, the Star Dragons are going to get their own breaths. And they get some very, very nice breath animations as well, though I'm not sure where exactly that's coming out of. This guy's got a chest cannon, that's not actually a breath. Oh yeah. Very, very nice. It took far too long to get a few non-zombie dragons on the field, considering the amount of elven allies we have, and we still gotta get a couple phoenixes, though obviously not in this army, because there were other priorities. A couple phoenixes and a couple of, I want to say, war compasses. I think we'll figure that out at some point. Anyway, let's get back to it. The dragons, zombie, and star alike are going to drop down in the middle of the enemy formation. Of course, the Vargeists are also dropping down everywhere they can, but specifically targeting all the enemy ranged units to prevent them from firing. And the Bats and the Pegasus Knights are doing the same, but to those mortars in a massive blob, and it looks like the enemy artillery will be firing no longer. Lastly, we have our Lord chasing their Lord and trying to get him, actually knock them out and them away, and our three Terrorgeists with their anti-large are going to go after this rotting Leviathan here as soon as they're not distracted by the enemy's anti-large in the form of these Depth Guard with halberds. Also, you just gotta love the Depth Guard, probably one of the top coolest looking units in the entire game. I gotta say, top 3 coolest looking infantry units. Effective sometimes, but appearance-wise, definitely top tier. Absolutely top tier. Alrighty, well, it may be an air force of ours, but it ain't in the air for all that long. We also do have the Mortis engines as well as our Necromancer about to come in, and not so much because we need them, but just to provide that little bit of extra healing, and of course because the game doesn't allow you to have an all-air force sort of setup. It looks like the mortars are just about done. I think the bats might actually be getting in the way of the Pegasus Knights. Gotta watch out for that in the future, but this is a new army and, you know, gotta adapt to it a little bit. Next time we'll send the Pegasus Knights and the bats to attack different targets, even though I feel like they work well together. I just like the concept. And there we go. Bats are going to drop down to distract some Depth Guard and other units, but the Pegasus Knights are going to drop down on that rotting Leviathan. They are also anti-large, of course, so we do have a very decent amount. And they're one of the reasons that I got these guys instead of the Hippogriffs, is because I wanted their anti-large to help the Terrorgeists out. As if the enemy were to bring a giant pile of, well, giants or monstrous infantry, I felt like we'd need more anti-large than merely the 3 Terrorgeists. Anyway, it looks like the big old Krabby was the last unit left on the field. Down it goes, and the rest of the army melts away. Certainly not a difficult time, though it does look like we might have lost a few Vargeists. I'm not sure whether they had time to recover, but let's find out. Alright, easy little fight. Unfortunately, we didn't get to heal quite as much as I would have liked, but that's par for the course when fighting enemy undead, because they crumble away before you can heck your way to full HP. Now we are going to get our 20k and a dragon helm. A common item for a Skull Island. Seems a little weak game, but sure. Better than nothing, I guess. We can hopefully turn into something better. Now, we are in controlled area, and neutral here. So we should just stay in the controlled territory, and we will remain healed up. Alright, so go there. Huh, I thought the line... Isn't this the line? Yeah, okay, so this is all still controlled. Lovely. And Malden will be at full HP regardless. How many turns is it going to take him to get down here? Oh, quite a while. We gotta get to that Temple Avenue of Gold. We gotta take it. It would be great. And I'm really hoping that this gets retaken by the Ghost of Pahwaks as well, but I guess we'll see. Actually, speaking of the Ghost of Pahwaks, where are you, ghosts? What I want to see... yeah, that's all fine. Would you join war against Nagarond? No, you would not. Okay, you're a little bit afraid of them now that there's so many factions that you're fighting. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. And what don't you like now? What is making you angry? No, seriously, what's making them angry? We're at war with, like, a billion factions in the same factions. We paid you so much money, damn it. What could you possibly dislike right now? We've broken treaties with the followers of Nagash. We don't have any alliances with them anymore. Could you possibly not like the fact that we have a military agreement with the dwarfs here? Is that it? But the thing is, if we cancel that, then Krogar will hate us. Though to be fair, Krogar already kind of hates us. Because I'm not actually seeing any other faction that could have any kind of relation with us and the Ghosts of Pahwaks. It really hurts to have this thing that doesn't allow you to know what's going on, but oh well, what can you do? Anyway, let's do, I guess, a little bit of admin, though we're basically out of time here, at least in the form of getting another battle going. 440. Okay, it's still too expensive. Just trying to find a gibbet or two, but that doesn't look super likely. I'm almost tempted to just save up money for like a few turns and then just do everything at once, or rather than waste time every single time going through at least some stuff. I guess we could upgrade Iron Storm here. Oh wow, 8 turns. That's unlikely to happen. Then again, maybe. We need extra growth and control here. The gibbets actually provide control, but you need extra control as well. So let's go repress mortals. And I guess repress immortals would help as well. Yeah, just upgrade the Lich Yard. I think we're just going to hold on to these territories. Once again, I was going to give them to Cathay, but if they're not going to cross over to the side, which I have a feeling that they won't, and then there's no purpose in doing so. It'll just hurt us at the end of the day. Let's just corrupt everything north of the wall to vampiric corruption instead of chaos corruption. It's how we'll combat this whole corruption thing. Anyway, granite spikes, let's spend this money on you. Let's get the gallows here at Gorger Rock. Do we need to defend you, Gorger Rock? Maybe. And let's get those walls up and running as well then. Alright, a free gibbet upgrade, very nice. Another gibbet upgrade here. Very good, all gibbets all the time, and well, if it isn't another gibbet. Let's get you... You have pastures, let's get you your walls. We could upgrade Uskalak to the next level, if we wanted to. I mean, it already has the iron and the gallows, that's the thing. And vampires don't benefit nearly as much from going to tier 3. We do want to upgrade Kislev, but it'll take a while before we get there. And aha, Norden. Alright, that's an easy upgrade. Another gibbet. And hello, Longship Graveyard, Pack Ice Bay. We will be holding on to these, so we might as well keep upgrading them before someone sails down here and starts annoying us. And I believe... Well, yeah, we'll want to upgrade Marienburg. Wait. In a few turns we'd be able to upgrade it to the next level, but... We could get more growth here. Or we just keep it as it is? Well, either way, we'll build a gibbet. No, we won't. We'll build salt. And we have to replace that Lich Yard later on. But we need the growth. You know what? Just so that I don't forget, I'm not going to build anything there. Anyway, I think we're just about out of time, so I'm going to call it here. There's probably a little bit more admin to do, but we'll once again spread it out next time around. So Let's build those walls up. And in addition to that, I do believe we have a couple more potential battles remaining here. Peter's going to attack El Calibad and that full dwarfen stack there, and we're going to start on destroying the Greybeard's prospectors because I hate them. Otherwise, we will be moving towards the end turn as well, and then hopefully finding some more new enemies to fight up north as we start engaging with Naggarond, Valkia, and the last holdouts of the northern part of the world. And then I guess we'll have to consider whether we go with Lustria or we attack Lustria or not as towards the end of the campaign. So anyway, stay tuned for more Vamps and more debuts, hopefully, for different types of armies. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.